So as the transfer window is approaching, there's obviously question marks. Will Liverpool spend this summer? And Virgil van Dijk has come out and said this on Liverpool's future, which I found it was really interesting. And we saw the same with Arne Slot and a couple of the big journalists, Fabrizio, David Ornstein, all coming out and saying this. Virgil has come out and said, I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting for what's to come. Now, people may just take this at face value. He's just excited to be at the football club in the next 2 years and be Liverpool captain. And the reason why I think this is interesting is because we've seen Arne Slot come out and spoke about transfers. We've seen more and more bigger links with your Alexander Isaks, your Hysons, your Kirkesses. You've seen all these little things aren't being sprinkled about regarding transfers. And Arne Slot is saying we want to improve the squad. We want to make it better. We want to compete. We want to win more trophies. And that for me is all the signs I want to hear. I want to be hearing those sort of things. Because this is no diss at Jurgen Klopp. I absolutely love him. He's the greatest manager I've ever seen to manage Liverpool Football Club. But we never saw Jurgen Klopp come out and spoke about transfers really, especially before the window, in terms of we want him to improve the squad. Jurgen Klopp was always like, yeah, I'm happy with the squad. If we can do business, we'll do business. And Arne Slot's come out and basically saying like, yo, we want to do transfers. Yo, we want to do this and that. We want to win more trophies. Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah, I reckon they said in their contracts, yo, what's the plans for the summer window? Because they're at the twilight of their career. They could easily go to a Bayern Munich, a PSG, and just go and farm a couple of league titles, maybe win a champs, a couple of cups. Cool. But they want to set Liverpool Football Club, not only because they love the city and the club, but they want to win trophies for Liverpool. And I think it's really interesting with the new regime, with Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards coming back to the helm. Why would Liverpool want to, how do I explain this, bring down the wage structure in Virgil and Mo if they had no intention of winning? Because why would they keep Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah if they didn't want to keep winning trophies? Because they want to bring down the wage bill. Virgil van Dijk's on 350, Salah's on 400. Salah was on what, 350 before? Virgil was on what, 220? So our wage bill has gone up by a significant amount. Yes, we are going to be selling players in the summer, so it'll all even out the books. But then we're going to bring in players in the summer as well. So I think it's going to be so interesting to see what is going to happen regarding the summer. And I'm excited for the first time in a couple of years. I'm excited as a Liverpool fan for the transfer window. Normally, like, yeah, we might sign a player or two, but we won't get our big name targets. And let me pull up this tweet. Let me pull up some tweets. Here we go. So this is from what David Ornstein has had to. This is what David Ornstein has come out and said. Van Dijk's ongoing desire to compete for the biggest trophies was matched by what Liverpool are determined to keep offering, and their summer transfer plans are expected to underline that. David Ornstein and James Pearce coming out and saying this. Basically, that Liverpool want to keep the best players, they want to improve the squad, and they want to show Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah with their summer transfer plans that's going to match with their contract desire. So their contract desire is to keep winning trophies, and they're going to prove that by going and improving the squad in the summer. This is apps. This is just music to my ears. Now whether we go and sign a Kirkes, Hoyson and Isak's obviously a different question. We'll have to wait and see. But this is music to our ears. We've heard about this war chest. Liverpool are going to spend hundreds of millions of pounds. And I'm not saying we're going to go and do that, but we have to remember last season we spent basically no money because the Chiesa money was basically from the Dominic Solanke sell-on clause. We made about 50-60 M's plus last summer. We're going to make a massive chunk this summer. You look at this summer, right? Let's whip up the wage bill for Liverpool. Just let me get this up. And you're going to be looking at the players that is going to be leaving, right? So as you can see, Virgil, yeah, they've been given their respective contracts. I'm looking at players that are going to be leaving this summer. I think all these men down here, Kai Gordon's, unfortunately, it's just not going to work at the football clubs. I think they'll all be gone. I think Calvin Ramsey will be moved on. Yaros got offered a new deal. Reece Williams will be gone. I think Tyler Morton will be gone. I like Ben Doak as a talent. I watched him at Middlesbrough. I think he'll be gone though, unfortunately. If Liverpool get offered a 30 mil bid, I think they accept. Same with Kelleher. He's only got 1 year left. And he's only on 10 grand a week. Bloody hell. Sack your agent, mate. Conor Bradley, obviously, we'll keep. Bashicic, I think, is a really interesting one. Jones, I think we keep. Phillips, I think we'll go. Obviously, he'll be going on a free transfer. Wait, is Ben Doak going to be leaving for free? Is that when his contract runs out? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, Jarrell Kwanzaa, obviously, he got offered a new 5-year deal last year. So I think he'll be stayed. Harvey Elliott, 2 years left on his deal. You have to think at this point now, would you sell him for 40 million? You probably do. Endo, I think you keep. He's been a massive use this season. I think Diaz is in the same situation. A lot of these deals are in 2027. Look how many deals we've got in 2027. You got your Gomez's, your Simicas's, your Canates. All these men need to be making a decision this summer. None of this, oh yeah, we'll let them run down for free. Yeah, they'll sign. We've just been through a massive transfer saga. Don't want to be going through that again. Simple as that. Then you keep moving up, and I think all the rest of these up here will stay. Bar and Trent will obviously go, but there is money to be made. There is money to be made. Diaz, 50 million. Harvey Elliott, 30 million. Darwin Núñez, if Saudi comes back in, that's another 60, 70 million. Kelleher, 30, 40 million. Ben Doak, 30, 40 million. Tyler Morton, 15, 20 million. And obviously, these men like Reece Williams, you're not going to get much money, but Simicas, another 15 million. I think we could Joe Gomez potentially be moved on? He's only got 2 years left. That's another 20, 30, 40 million. Reinvest. Go and get another centre back. Go and get me a left back, a striker, and a midfielder, and a left winger. That is exactly what Liverpool needs, in my humble opinion. Whether we get those positions, we are going to have to wait and see. I'm going to be doing a video of a full breakdown on who I think will leave and who I think will stay at the football club. But there is 100% easily 200 million plus to be made this summer. 200 million plus easily. We made 50 mil last summer. That's 250 million just off player sales to sell. Liverpool are in good on the books right now in terms of when PSR issues are all good, debt and everything. So there's no reason to not be going to spend minimum 200. I don't want to see profit. I don't want to see, we've made 50, 60 million pound profit. Don't want to see that at all. We have got potentially another quality manager on our hands who was just coming in his first season, won the league title. Won the league title in his first season. There is potential to win more trophies. You've got Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah for another 2 years. If they can produce 70% of what they've done this season, that is still quality. Plus another if we genuinely can have at least a minimum of 70% and a 70% of Mo Salah and Van Dijk, go and get me a Kirk as a Hoyson, another midfielder and 2 attackers. Liverpool win the title next season. We win the title. Would anyone agree? Would anyone disagree if we signed Hoyson, Kirkes, let's say we went back in for Zubimendi, we went and got either a Semenyo, a Nico Williams or whatever, and then up front you go and get, I'm not saying you can go and get an Isak, maybe an Etitike and a Delap, potentially. Would people be happy with that? I certainly would, because you've improved in the positions. And you've done for the future. The future of the left back role. Kirkes is what, 21, 22. Hoyson, 20 years old. Delap, one quality player for the future. Etitike, quality for the future. But smash a like, subscribe to the channel. It's very important. You make sure you're subscribing, and you're liking the video as we're on the road to 800 subscribers. Take care. Goodbye.